On Fantasy 5, we have Marvel heroes versus Disney villains. This is the very first episode of a brand new podcast where we, the Noise Next Door, create five-a-side football teams using characters from fiction, history, and real life. These teams will then battle it out on the pitch to see who will be crowned victorious. I'm Robin, and I am joined by Tom, and we are this week's pundits.
Yeah, it's our job to sort of criticise and comment on the managers' lineups, and then later we're going to be in charge of the highlights for today's game.
Absolutely. Today our managers are Matt and Sam, who are picking the teams. Matt, who have you got this week?
I have the Marvel heroes, so that's your Avengers, your X-Men. Batman can go do one.
And we've got Sam, who is picking from...
Robin, it's the job I was born for. I'm managing the Disney villains.
It's a very excited 35-year-old man getting his Disney fix. A quick spoiler warning, whilst we focus mainly on the footballing prowess of Disney villains and Marvel heroes, if you're not familiar with those particular worlds, then there are definitely going to be some spoilers coming ahead. Also, please do head to iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts from, and rate and review us a massive 5-goal lead. That's 5 stars for us here at Fantasy 5. Now, without further ado, let's hear the starting 5 from the managers. So to start with, we're going to go to Sam's team of Disney villains who today have the home advantage. Sam, what is your team?
Okay, so I'm going to begin in goal. For my formation, I think it's important to have a goalkeeper. If you're going without a goalkeeper, you're a maverick. And I applaud you, but I think you need a goalkeeper.
So more of a traditionalist we're learning about, Sam. That's good. Yeah, who have you got?
I think there's only one choice in a Disney villain team for your goalkeeper, and that is Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Sure, I love it. Okay, so...
she's got tentacles.
Yeah.
Very important. Goalkeepers need to use their arms. Tentacles, effectively arms. She's got 8 of the buggers.
Yeah.
And she's got arms.
This is true. She has 10 appendages plus a head to be able to get rid of that ball if it's coming towards her goal. Now, importantly as well, she can make herself absolutely massive. She can fill the goal with a tentacle. Good luck getting that ball past her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, presumably on each of the tentacles, there's suckers. So she hasn't even necessarily got to catch, she's not going to wrap the ball in her tentacles. She can just sort of and get the ball right into a sucker dish.
She doesn't even have to necessarily put the tentacle in the way of the ball. The suction from a nearby ball will just, it couldn't even be going wide, but she's stuck her tentacle out. She's a metre away. It sucks it in. How powerful is this suction?
I'm not sure that's how tentacle suckers work. It's more about pressure. Anyway,
I think they're miniature hoovers, Tom. I think you're mistaken on that. I think they're miniature hoovers.
Maybe it also means she can shoot very powerfully from her own goal line by just plopping that ball straight back out of the sucker.
that's definitely not what can happen.
Pressure. You just said pressure. That's how a ball moves.
She could also use her ink hole to just sort of squirt it out.
That's gross.
The ink could be used in a defensive way, but I can't believe that we're already talking about the attacking capabilities of your goalkeeper. Let's stay on topic here. I'm personally worried, if you're the chairman of Disney Villains, about Ursula's contract nous, She's a proven dodgy dealer.
Well, absolutely the opposite. She wants to keep a contract clad. There's rumours that she's not actually the villain of this piece and that it is Ariel, and Ariel is actively trying to break a contract that's been legally signed.
Yeah, did you start those rumours?
No, I think they come across very clearly. That's the subtext of the film from the perspective of the manager of the Disney villains.
Yeah.
That is a potential problem. Her contract, she will have poured over the contract that has been signed with the club.
Yeah, tremendous, obvious, great chance as well. Should any goals go in, I can just imagine the home fans singing "Poor Unfortunate Goals," and frankly, for that joke alone, it's worth it.
Well, I worry that might be what the away fans sing.
Oh,
but I think she's got all the attributes to be a great goalkeeper.
Great pick.
Sure thing.
She's also got great hair, and I can imagine there being some fan wigs, that they sell in the games. I love that. And tentacles for the kids.
Yeah. I remember the big fan wigs that came out when David Seaman was a goalie. You couldn't move for David Seaman wigs at home games.
Okay, you're mocking me, but there were genuinely moustaches. So buck your ideas up. Listen, we're moving on to centre-back. Now, I've gone for a 1-2-1 formation. I think some people sometimes might have 2 at the back in some kind of 2-1-1 formation. But because my central defender is so good, he doesn't need any help next to him. It is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. Now, he is a monster defender. 2 words for you. He's Marcel Desailly. He is willing to defend his town / his team from any threat at any cost. This is why he is a defender. He will defend that town from any threat that he deems a viable threat to that town. Very important.
Yeah, I guess my first question with Gaston isn't he more of an attacking figure? We know he's an excellent shot. Is he gonna do the grunt work of defence?
Well, Tom, I've got 2 words for you. Those words are Roberto Carlos. He's got all the attributes to play in any position, but I'm putting him at the centre back because of his leadership ability, his willingness to defend, and also he's a real presence for everyone around him. Every guy would love to be him, Tom. There is no one in town who is as admired as him. He's everyone's favourite guy.
Yeah, and I mean, presumably you get, with Gaston as well, you get a free LeFou who can sort of be like, I don't know, like the kit boy. I can imagine him running out to clean his boots.
I do feel that actually that is a tick against Gaston.
Oh, very much so.
But in terms of his physical attributes for the game, no one's as slick as Gaston. No one's as quick. He's rapid. No one is as quick. Think about that. He's beating everyone in a foot race. No one's neck is as incredibly thick as Gaston's. He is a demon in the air. Oh, who has brains like Gaston? No one. Who entertains like Gaston? I mean, he's got everything. He's got everything you could possibly want in a footballer. Yeah,
you're also continuing the exceptional hair theme that is your team. It's really good brill creaming there from Gaston. I think if hair is going to be a selling point for the Disney villains, then I mean, listen, I'm in. I'm buying Head and Shoulders from now on because Gaston's on the advert.
Okay, you might struggle with the next player in central midfield then, because his hair is literally on fire. It's Hades from Hercules.
Yeah.
He has got flaming blue hair. I mean, you could still sell a good wig for that.
Yeah.
In fact, I literally own one. Hades. He's there. Let me tell you why. He's very tactically aware.
Yeah.
So he set an 18-year plan for all of the planets to align. He takes tactics very seriously. Granted, the plan didn't work out, but that wasn't his fault. He had bad teammates around him. Panic and Pain are terrible teammates. However, when you're on a team such as this one that I have constructed, the other teammates around you are better, they make you play better, and they play better around you as well. So his tactical nous is more likely to be positive.
I'm concerned about Hades' fashion attire. He obviously wears like a full robe. Is that going to be? I don't imagine he's a shorts man. I think he'd be worried to get the pins out. No,
with his like grey, pasty, bluey legs.
Yeah, slimy. Like he's the god of the undead, isn't he? So he's I imagine he's starting to rot. So that would be that's not a good look.
Another potential problem with Hades, as we've already talked about, he is very literally hot-headed. Is he not going to be a worry in terms of fouling in the middle of the park? Sam, is this an issue?
It's a Disney villains team, Tom. Everyone's going to be slightly hot-headed and a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
We know that this is a very, very dirty team. There is likely to be cheating. VAR is going to be used a lot. It's going to be the referee's best friend.
Also, sort of speaking about the hot-headedness, like I'm a bit worried about like censorship, to be honest, because there's that bit, isn't there, when he really loses temper, it's not just his head, like he just explodes into a ball of flames. Surely that's just going to burn off all of his kit and we're just going to have a naked god of the underworld flopping about. Yeah, actually, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it, mate. So we know that he takes tactics very seriously. I think he's got a very high footballing IQ. He's quick. He's quick-witted. I'm transferring that also to physical speed. And he's in people's ear. He's really good at the insults. He's calling people schlemiel all over the place. Also, yeah, exactly. I can imagine the whole crowd's chanting schlemiel, schlemiel. I love it. Just for a little bit of team synergy, he's related to Ursula.
Is he?
Oh yeah. When you've got a family bond, that's going to make things better.
Sorry, what connection do Ursula and Hades have? Ursula's from The Little Mermaid. There's no Greek myth there.
What? Yeah, Triton. And also, Ursula is Poseidon's daughter.
According to who?
According to mythology, mate. Oh, Hercules isn't in The Little Mermaid, so it's completely different myth. Ridiculous.
But where in The Little Mermaid does it say that Ursula has Poseidon as her dad?
You need to watch the sequels, mate.
I definitely do not.
Little Mermaid Return to the Sea. Come on, get on board. Yeah, so that's my central midfielder. He's got somebody next to him in central midfield. Now, if you were questioning the previous decisions, you're not going to like this. I have scoured all of the Disney villains, and my second choice in midfield is Mad Madam Mim from Sword of the Stone.
What are you talking about, you abject moron?
An old woman.
Yeah.
An old woman, well, this is it, we don't know. She has the magical ability to transfigure herself into any shape or form she wants. She might be making you think she's a mad old woman.
Her name is literally Mad Madam Mim.
Yeah, she's definitely mad. That is true. She's not called Mad Old Madam Mim. But A, because the alliteration would be garbage.
Okay.
She transforms herself into a hot woman at one point in the story, and also she can transform herself into any animal. You need someone to fly down the wing, boom, she's a dragon. You need someone to help get on the end of the crosses. Who's leaping like an actual salmon, Robin?
Well, Mad Madam Mim, but what you're telling me is you've then just created a fish out of water.
Yeah, but only leaps becomes a fish.
flopping around in the box.
Yeah, and
There are so many animals that are really good at jumping. Why a salmon?
You could have had anything.
You say leap like a salmon. You don't say leap like a kangaroo. You'd say jump, I guess.
Yeah, jump like a kangaroo.
It means the same thing.
Well, then if she needs
If I
to
had
jump...
to pick if she's jumping like a kangaroo or leaping like a salmon, I'd pick jumping like a kangaroo. I'm worried that your tactical decisions for Madam Mim are going to let her down.
Well, I'm not making the decision of what she transforms into.
You're the manager.
A kangaroo has actual feet, which is useful in a game of football.
That's true. Well, she can transform into a kangaroo then. That's her decision on the pitch. I'm not saying to her as manager, be a salmon. I'm saying do whatever you need to do to win. She delights in the gruesome and grim. Obviously, another filthy player. Black sorcery is her dish of tea. We know that this team is going to be pretty nasty. So we're happy. We're all happy with Madam Mim.
We're all delighted.
I don't think we're happy.
It's obvious.
I have one considerable problem is that she's very susceptible to illness. We see in The Sword and the Stone, she has one germ and she's suddenly ill. I think that if she can go down to one germ, that she's never going to make the match.
Well, that's down to the medical team that I need to bring in. Listen, we're all worried about COVID outbreaks. We're all worried about COVID outbreaks within our team. It might happen. People get the flu.
I'm more worried about her and Hades getting it on because Hades spends all his time with dead people, so he's definitely got syphilis. Anyway, we are running out of time to select your team, Sam, so let's get the final position in the bag.
We talked at the very beginning about spoilers.
Yeah.
And this next person is going to give a pretty giant spoiler. However, the movie is from 1942, so if you don't know that this happens, this is your own fault. You've had 70 years. In striking position, it is the hunter that shot Bambi's mum.
Sure.
He does not miss. He doesn't miss. Bang! Dead. And the most terrifying... He's going to create fear in all of the defences around him. He's impossible to mark. You know why? Where is he? You never even see him. Where is he? I don't know where he is. But bang! He's shot. Goal. Done. Try and mark that.
In the entire time that he is in the film, he only makes one shot and scores one goal. But as far as we know, he's only ever taken one shot. There's no confirmation that he's actually a good shot, just that in the instance that we're aware of, he hit.
So what you're basically saying is that he has a 100% shot record?
I'm saying that one is not enough to judge a 100% record. You need to take 10 shots.
Yeah, I guess no football game has ever ended 1-0.
He has got you there. That's a fair
No, he
point.
hasn't. Because
No, you've been got. You've been got. 100% success rate from Sam there at getting Tom.
And we only know that he took one shot at that point, but there is fear throughout the whole forest of him all the time. So you know that not only just that summer that they're terrified of him, but there's you know that this fear has been implemented throughout years and years. They're terrified of him. They know he doesn't miss.
he must miss, because if they know that he's out there, he must have missed someone to hear the tale.
No, he does singing. He practices singing out in the forest.
Well, then he's an idiot.
No, he doesn't practice singing. That you've never been hunting.
You've been gotten there, 100% gotten by Robin, 100% of the time. Look, this singing madman is your striker. Insane.
Listen, he's not singing. That's just a completely added fabrication.
So we've got the hunter that shot Bambi's mum while singing as the final position in Sam's team.
Terrible.
We'll see how that looks when we move on into the game later on. Coming up, we're moving on to Matt's team, which is made of Marvel heroes.
A podcast from producerpaul.co.uk.
Next up, we're moving over to Matt, who is choosing a team from Marvel heroes. So Matt, talk us through your selections for your Marvel heroes team.
Alrighty then. I'm going to begin with goal. That's a popular thing to do. In goal, I'm going to have Spider-Man, which I think probably instantly makes sense to you guys. He has famously got sticky hands.
Yeah.
That's What's one better than a goalkeeper glove? A goalkeeper glove covered in PVA glue. So sticky hands.
How he does it is PVA glue.
Yeah, exactly. So balls come flying. Sticky hands. It's fantastic. There are people singing from the aisles already. He's sticky to catch the ball all the time. Oh yeah, it's sticky. Oh, sticky. It's great.
Also, like the reflexes, huge reflexes, right?
Yes, he has spider senses, which means that he can sense things before they happen. You would think it would be called time travel senses, but it's not. He also has the ability to make webs out of his paws, and that would be useful if they ever break the net. I figure it happens a lot in football. The net often has to be broken, extra time is added, and so he can just web up some extra net.
Yeah, I mean, he could also technically web up the front of the net, stopping, well, first of all, any goals, but also the net getting broken in the first place. But I like that he's so conscientious.
Yeah, well, he's a kit man as well as an on-the-field guy.
He's a friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man.
Yeah,
putting barriers at the front of the goal is a villain's thing. We try to rise above that sort of action. Also, I did realise that because in terms of him being well-behaved, he can't hang from the goalpost because that's goal hanging.
That's not how that works.
it's not.
That is. The goalkeeper can goal hang?
The goalkeeper can go hang all they want, yeah.
Oh, well then he's going to be some dangly man. That's what he's going to be.
Goal dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So yeah, pretty explanatory there. I think that is the best choice anyone could make.
It's very good.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't see any problems with that at all. I think like you said, the sticky hands and the reflexes, that just makes for a good goalkeeper all round. No notable weaknesses, and also really useful because obviously Peter Parker really into his photography, which will be useful for the team picks.
Yes, the team picks.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Like I said, he is a man of the crew as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Moving further forward, the Defender. I'm going to have the Defender as the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he is big and green and strong, and so the aspect of that I'm going to use is the fact that he's green.
Okay.
I'm going to talk out my main tactic out loud. Incredible Hulk, he only wears a pair of purple shorts. He whips them off, therefore making himself completely green, lies down on the field. He is suddenly disguised as a hill. Okay, people wondering, like, you're making a run with your ball, and all of a sudden, oh no, there's a hill. How cumbersome is that? He can make himself fully invisible as a hill by covering his dark hair with his hands, like a polar bear in the snow when it covers its nose. So that's the theory behind that.
I have some questions. So your pitch is basically the Incredible Hillock. That's what you're looking for?
Yeah.
The Incredible Hillock. Okay, right. A few questions. What happens, because he only stays as the Hulk when he's angry, right? What if he, like, I don't know, drifts off and falls asleep and just ends up shriveling down to his original Bruce Banner form, and then we've just got sort of like a mid-40s naked scientist lying in front of the goal?
It's a good point, Robin. He's the not-so-incredible naked man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If in the heat of battle and or football matches, he's going to stay charged up. Yeah. What do you think, Tom?
I just think that when you're picking the Incredible Hulk in defence, I liked the idea. But Matt, I expected you to use his strength, his power, his leaping ability, his aggression, his ability to take down his opponents. But the main thing you want him to do is pretend to be a hill.
It's a fair point, and I can see I probably look foolish. But don't worry, I've also thought about the fact that he has boingy skin.
Boingy skin and sticky hands. Okay, I love it.
Please go on.
If anyone kicks a ball at this hill, they're going to regret it. It's going to boing off him. Bullets boing off him, so a ball's easily going to do that. The ball's going to go flying back, probably an own goal.
But not if it hit him. I don't...
Well, it's going to just dazzle any enemy player that gets balls back in their own face. Just how annoying is that?
And then their net will rip, and they've not got anybody to fix it, and then egg on their face.
Quite right.
Ball in their net.
I think it's pretty sound. Also, he's quite quick, I suppose. He's quite quick. He could just keep on moving his little hill around. You're not just going to get used to it and think, well, I'll just steer clear of that side of the pitch, there's the hill. So... nailed it. Now I have another defender to help him out in case having a completely stationary member is a bad thing. I have Doctor Strange. So he's the Benedict Cumberbatch wizard man, if you're not a super fan. So Doctor Strange, one of his cool powers as a wizard is he can open portals. Okay, so picture this, enemy player running down the pitch, kicking a ball, portal opens. Oh no, my ball, it's gone in the portal. Where's the portal open up? Into your own goal. I'm really going for the own goal tactic.
Yeah, that would be an own goal. That's good, though.
Exactly.
That's a great tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. So magic portals, balls flying right back at yourself. If you're the enemy, you're not going to be wanting to kick it at all. It's pretty good. But That is not his main tactic.
Oh, it's not. I mean, that's a good tactic. So if there's a better one, I'm excited.
It's a good one. The best thing about Doctor Strange is he has a magic cloak. It's not entirely unlike sort of Aladdin's magic carpet. It can fly around. It's got a mind of its own. So he takes off the cloak. He puts it down next to the Incredible Hulk's shorts that are now currently not being used. Okay, these two little piles of clothes form goalposts. All of a sudden, the enemy team all resort to a childlike sense of play. You know, when you're a kid and you put your goalposts out of clothes and you kick them through. You put that in front of the enemy goal, and then they've got to end up kicking the ball straight through these clothed goalposts back into their own goal. Yes, I'm still using the own goal technique.
I love it. I do have a question actually for referee Thomas Livingstone. Tom, are we allowing a magical cloak as is that an accessory? Is that okay? We did say that Hades was going to be in his robe, so I guess you keep your own clothes. But does the magic element of the cloak make that a separate player entirely? Are we allowing that?
I would say that the cloak is allowed as an item of clothing. It's part of his magic. It's not like a fully... I'm going to rule that Doctor Strange can wear his magical flying cloak.
In that case, the year 4 tactic of t-shirt goalposts is valid, Matt, and I'm excited to see your third own goal strategy in play.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm also just very excited that accessories are allowed. Very exciting. Very happy about that. Okay, so when you move further ahead of defenders, you have attackers, which I actually Googled this. They're called strikers.
Matt's a big football fan.
Yeah, it's important to say at this point that out of all of us, Matt's probably seen, I think it's fair to say, the least football. I've been with Matt before where he's referred to halftime as the interval, which was sweet.
And earlier I thought Marcel Desailly was a French holiday town. So what are you going to do? So we have the attackers. The first attack I'm going to have is the Wasp. Now, you might not know the Wasp is the person who can turn into the size of a wasp and dresses like a wasp, just in case anyone's not in the know. So, main battle tactic is going to be turn to the size of a wasp, buzz around the enemy's fabulous hair. Okay? It doesn't matter who you are. You can be insert name of awesome player here, and the second you have a wasp buzzing around your ear, it's going to be distracting. Okay, we've established that a lot of the Disney villains have, fabulous hair. You get a wasp in your hair, you're not going to carry on playing. You're going to have to sort that out. So, distraction tactic. Pretty good.
But no own goals.
No.
Interesting. You're coming away from your tried and tested formula. I like it, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the synergy of the team there.
Yeah, I'm leaving most of the goals to the defenders now that I'm on the attackers, Robin. So pay attention. Okay. So the attack is going to distract and slow everyone down. I think that's how it works. Also, in the movies, whenever the Wasp is in fights, she tends to shrink down and then make herself big just as she kicks a bad guy.
Yeah.
So that is pretty handy, isn't it? The ball's going down and all of a sudden a Wasp woman appears, kicks it, shrinks down again. It's just going to look like the ball's kicking itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Tom, what do you think? Are you loving it?
I think it's great. Also, she's a good kicker. She's good at kicking people, and so it's transferable to kicking balls, isn't it? In many ways, it's the first time you've talked about one of your own team members touching the ball with their own appendages. I'm excited to see your team are going to get involved in football.
Thanks, man. Yeah. It's, I think actually she often frequently kicks enemy bad guys in the balls. So this is the first time it's really allowed.
Yeah.
Quick question about the Wasp. I'm actually not familiar with the Wasp. So Spider-Man has imbued some spidery characteristics. We're talking spider sense. We're talking climbing walls, or the eye stuff, all of that cool stuff that he can do.
Yeah.
My question about the Wasp is: does the Wasp have some waspy tendencies, and is she going to be distracted by a picnic?
She could, if there's any sticky, sugary bits. If someone leaves any chutneys open. Jams, particularly, anything kind of homemade and WI-centric, there's going to be issues.
Okay.
I would be worried about Mad Madam Mim, because I would assume that she's making jams, but Sam was insisting that she could be any age, so no jams. Sam.
Yeah, but she could be 19 and Mad Madam Mim's got a bottle of sours instead, and they're sticky, I reckon. So
True.
Who knows?
Also, she could turn herself into a wasp and any other animal.
She's a salmon.
It's true. Yes. As far as I know, the Wasp is a bit more. Apart from shrinking to the size of a wasp, she can fly.
Cool.
Oh yeah, she can fly like a wasp. Also, she has. I don't think she has a stinging bum, but she does have. She has laser wrists, I think. Is that right, Tom? You're an expert on the Marvel stuff.
She has. They call them stings, but it's more just laser wrists. You're right.
It's just laser wrists. So yeah, her bum sting is on her hands. That's where I was going with that. Now. Also, good on the wing. Hello.
Heyo.
She's good. Yeah, now, of course, I got to my final attacker, my final member. There's just a lot of awesome Marvel heroes.
Yeah,
so
loads.
I wanted to actually use Tom's expertise. Tom's an avid Marvel fan, knows all of them. So a few questions so I can whittle down my last player,
sure.
Tom, if that's all right. First one, Mystique. She's the blue Jennifer Lawrence one. Now, if she turns into Pele, does she have the skill of Pele?
Weirdly, I'd say no, because when Mystique turns into other people, she still has her own athletic ability. So I think she's very athletic, but I don't think she would have Pele's football skill, no.
Right. Momentarily, they'd be like, oh no, Pele's on the pitch, we're in trouble,
Yeah.
but then soon realise doesn't have that skill.
I'd say so.
Okay, not that one. The Juggernaut, which is the one that Vinnie Jones plays. Now, Vinnie Jones, obviously in my, quite not good football knowledge, I'm guessing he's like an ex-midfielder from sort of 84 to 99 for Wimbledon, maybe.
It's a surprisingly good guess, Matthew.
He has that look, right? So my question is, would Juggernaut have the football skills of Vinnie Jones?
Well, Juggernaut sadly has the acting skills of Vinnie Jones, so also I don't think Sam's going to be super worried if Juggernaut has the football skills of Vinnie Jones.
I would.
Was he not good?
Well, I think it's fair to say that he does have the football skills of Vinnie Jones in that he's just a big lump who doesn't mind running into you.
Yes.
Is that, I read Juggernaut, his power is that he's an unstoppable force. If he starts running, he can't be stopped.
That's it.
So he's good for like one run at the goal. But chances are he's going to have to run all the way through it and we'll lose him and he's gone.
It sort of depends on how long the match lasts for and how fast he can run. Because if you can do a full circuit of the globe to be back, you might get 2 runs out of him.
Expert Tom, can he turn corners?
Yeah, he can. He can also stop if he wants to. It's just that other things. It's not like once he starts running, he keeps running. He can choose to stop at any point. It's just he can't be stopped by other people.
Oh, many skills. Okay, so he's back. He's back on the potential list. All right. Black Panther.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, now he's really fast. He's got this, super magic suit, but that boings things off as well. He's got a lot of positive attributes. The thing I'm worried about, though, if he don't think he'd be allowed on a team, because isn't it right that it's like a magical herb that gives him his powers, and would that count as a performance-enhancing drug?
Ask the referee about that, I think. Ref, what do you think about that one?
My ruling on that would be your whole team's full of people. You've got one was bitten by a spider, one's had gamma-induced powers. If you're worried about a drug, I'd be worried about all the other ways your people have gained powers, you know?
Also, could drugs count as an accessory?
I would say, for the purposes of, of a fantasy football match, I think Black Panther's got to be allowed to have his drugged up edition.
Okay, that's promising. What do you think, Rob?
Tom, I just want to clarify something you just said, because I'm sure I misheard you, but I think you just said that someone has Gammon-based powers.
Gamma radiation.
Gamma,
based
like
powers.
the rays, right?
Yeah.
That makes
the Incredible
way more
Hulk
sense.
ate so much ham that's why he got angry.
Yeah, although the alternate for Spider-Man is, of course, Spider-Ham, a slightly lesser-known comic hero played by, it was Peter Porker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Who presumably can fire gammon out of his paws.
Yes, let's say that's exactly what it is.
He has that. So another one, Rocket Raccoon. He's the one who's a raccoon, if anyone doesn't know. Does biting the ball count as a header? Because once he's bit onto it, then he can just run the ball into the goal, right? You know, like if a dog runs onto your football game in a park... and the dog just bites the ball. That counts?
Yeah. I would say that absolutely counts as a header. Yeah, of course it does. It's not like just using your hands.
The inside of your mouth still counts as a head?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. He's a really good shout. My final one is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
If Captain Marvel was the captain of the team, would she be called Captain Marvel?
Yes.
Then that's a real strong shout. Okay, I'm going to mull it over all of those, but I'm going to settle on Hawkeye. He's really good at accuracy. Yeah, I'm just going to go for that Hawkeye, I think. Yeah,
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right, then. Okay, Hawkeye. Sam's obviously got a little bit of support, maybe, from LeFou in his team. Do you have any support characters in yours that we need to be aware of?
Yes. Groot, the one who's a giant tree, I'm going to have him as the bench. So, literally supporting everyone's tired little bottoms and legs when they sit down.
I absolutely love it. This sounds like a strong team to me. So, just to clarify then, you've got Spider-Man in goal, the Incredible Hulk in defence, along with Doctor Strange.
Yes.
You've got Hawkeye up front, and
the Wasp.
And the Wasp, absolutely. Amazing. What a team. So there we have the teams. We're going to go to the managers now and find out how they're feeling about their chances today. Starting with you, Sam, and your Disney villains. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very confident, Robin. I think the home field advantage will really do me a lot of good, playing in the underworld, of course. That is going to just strike fear into everyone who plays there, and good luck getting across the River Styx. Infamously difficult to do. They might not even make it to the pitch. I'm not worried about a lot of these tactical decisions that my opposition manager is taking. I would have been worried about the Hulk, but he's just a hill, so I'm less worried about that. I'm not worried about a spider. I'm not worried about a wasp, because one of my players can literally transform into both of those things. I am worried about Doctor Strange. I'll be honest there, but Gaston's going to mark him closely, and we'll see how that plays out.
There we go. Sam sounding pretty confident there. It's a choppy ride over the River Styx today, with Charon, the boatman, bringing the visiting team. You've had to pay him your 2 gold coins. Matt, how are you feeling about your chances in the underworld?
I feel pretty good. First of all, the boat trip. Not worried about the trip over the River Styx. We can pay Sharon whatever she wants. We've got Tony Stark. He's a billionaire. He's got loads of gold coins, mate. Bit worried, actually, about a tactical choice I made. Obviously, I was pretty confident about having the incredible hillock just lying down in the middle of the pitch. Didn't realise it was going to be in the underworld, which probably doesn't have a lot of grass, probably just sort of scorched earth. So it's just going to be a green idiot lying down on his front. That's not going to be great.
Well, we'll find out how this all plays out in today's fixture. The teams are coming out onto the pitch, and it's time for kickoff.
It's a typically dismal day here in the Underworld Stadium as the teams come out for what is sure to be a fiercely contested affair. Doctor Strange passes through one of his own portals to Hawkeye, who turns on the ball into a cloud of ink as Ursula squirts her load into the path of the striker. He can't see a thing, and that shot has gone wide.
Hawkeye without eyes is just a hawk, Tom, famously rubbish at football.
Gaston with the ball in his own area. Passes to Hades on the halfway line. Hades directing traffic. It's a long ball into the area, and Madam Mim is trying to get on the end of it. She turns into a salmon for some reason.
She's just flopping about on the floor there.
Did she think a salmon could leap on the land? I mean, it's terrible.
The Wasp has got some serious buzz about her. She's been pestering people up and down the pitch.
No one wants a wasp in their hair, Robin.
Same tactic here from the Wasp as she approaches Hades.
Oh, what's she playing at? Hades' hair is literally an inferno. Oh, God.
Oh, burnt to a crisp. It's no way to go.
That's an unintentional foul. No card. And it looks like Groot, the team bench, is coming on to replace the injured Wasp.
She's dead, Tom.
Yes, she sure is.
The Incredible Hulk has been ineffectual so far. He's just a big, naked green mound lying down near his own goal.
But this does look promising for the Marvel heroes. It's a surging run by Hawkeye. Pinpoint cross to Groot, who nuts it past Ursula's outstretched tentacles. Goal!
Oh, using literal nuts there, Tom. That is one of the advantages of being a tree. What a goal!
1-0 to Marvel heroes.
Gaston down to a nasty 2-footed tackle from Hawkeye there, who... yeah, looks like he's clipped him, and the ref is not going to like that.
It's a yellow for Hawkeye, and Gaston still down, clutching that hamstring.
Team Physio LeFou is coming on, though, giving, well, a very enthusiastic rub down there.
It's a villain's free kick.
And there's the halftime whistle. The heroes lead at the break.
All been a bit quiet at the start of the second half. Nothing to really... Oh, he got in!
The hunter that shot Bambi's mum pops up from nowhere and has fired it home. 1 shot, 1 goal is what he does.
And that's now 1 apiece. That goal has really energised this villain's team. They're coming forward with gusto. Gaston to Hades. Hades shoots. Oh, and the incredible hillock. It hits the Hulk, and the hill defence pays off.
That is some boingy skin, but it's boinged right into the path of Madam Mim. She turns into a kangaroo. Oh, she's having a go!
Doctor Strange leaps in, creates a portal. It opens up at the other end of the pitch, and Ursula's not ready. It's in! It's in, and technically, it's an own goal from Madam Mim. She's not happy.
2-1 to the Marvel heroes. Not long left on the clock now.
The incredible Hillock has lost a lot of the rage here, and he's shrinking back into Bruce Banner, just a naked, pathetic scientist. He's not going to be able to help now.
Oh, and wow, he has got a tiny willy.
Green, though, Robin.
Yeah, concerning. Gaston lines up a free kick on the edge of the area. He's got options, but he goes for goal. Spider-Man swinging across his goal, and it's a flawless one-handed catch. He just doesn't drop him.
Catch the ball, time, all right, it's sticky.
Disney heroes clinging onto their narrow lead as Hades crosses to Mim, who transforms into a seal, balances the ball on her nose. Oh, the ball control! Flips it back to Hades, who shoots and scores!
Suddenly, it's 2-2 in the dying moments, and now we have a game. The referee is about to blow the whistle. What's this? Doctor Strange is fiddling with his fancy necklace.
That is the Eye of Agamotto, Robin. It contains the time stone, which allows it to completely control time. Uh-oh! Hades crosses to Mim, who transforms into a seal, balances the ball on her nose, and Doctor Strange appears with a club and bludgeons the seal to death. It's like he knew.
What are the chances?
14,605 to 1.
Well, isn't it some red, but it matters not. There goes the final whistle, and it's all over. 2-1 to the Disney heroes.
What a game.
So there we have it. The first victory of the season goes to Matt. Matt, how are you feeling about that?
I feel like a total wiener. Wieners assemble.
Absolutely. And Sam, commiserations on your first loss.
I'm gutted, Robin. I just think it's so cliche to have the villains lose.
Sadness from Sam there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our first episode of Fantasy 5. You can follow us on all the social medias at Noise Next Door. Don't forget to subscribe and review this podcast if you've enjoyed it. Every single week, we're going to be keeping tally of who out of the Noise Next Door is winning the overall championships. And today, the points go to the man who refers to football kits as costumes. It's Matt Grant with 3 points on the board. Undefeated so far, Matt?
Undefeated and seen.
Absolutely. That brings us to the end of the episode. Next time, we're going to be seeing the Leviathans of Harry Potter fighting the footballing giants of Lord of the Rings. It's time for us to hit the showers. We'll see you next time on Fantasy 5.
Does it disturb me to see you get lost, looking so down in the dumps?
Well, I just lost the game, LeFou!
That's this.